From the boy who lived to Deadpool's luckiest cohort, here's who we want to see play the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic, aka Reed Richards, already enjoyed a brief appearance in Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. In that movie, John Krasinski played the role, and he lived in a parallel universe separate from the shenanigans of the main MCU. Additionally, the Scarlet Witch used her magic to rip his body into pasta and explode his head. So much for him. Krasinski had his moment. Also, in some corners of social media, actor Penn Badgley is preferred. He certainly looks the part, but that's hardly creative.
Oh, no.
Reed Richards should be a steadfastly heroic character, reminiscent of the thick-headed geniuses one might see in a 1950s sci-fi movie. There should be no shades of gray with a character who thought to call himself Mr. Fantastic. A potential actor would need to have an old-world Hollywood charm, be capable of being a quiet nerd, but also a capable action hero. Since RRR is a hot action picture worldwide, and the film's star is possessed of traditional heroic good looks, why not have the devastatingly handsome Ram Charan play Mr. Fantastic? Based on what we've seen of him so far, he would certainly have the theatricality of the character in place. Plus, the man is just dazzling. He can be a sci-fi hero in a Hollywood blockbuster with ease. To balance Mr. Fantastic's uncool nerdiness, his superhero partner and eventual wife would have to be ultra-cool, brazen, and loud. The Invisible Woman, while typically being depicted as calm and mature, should be granted a larger voice this time around. Consider, she's sister to the Human Torch, a character often depicted as a hot-dogging extrovert. A pair of playful sibling extroverts constantly vying for attention is a more interesting dynamic than letting him take up all the air in the room. The group already has a quiet, brainy type. The Invisible Woman, in an ironic twist on her name, should be a mouthy rock star. While she already played the Marvel character of Domino in Deadpool 2, there's no reason Zazie Beetz couldn't also play the Invisible Woman. Heck, if Chris Evans can play both the Human Torch and Captain America, then Beetz can definitely be Domino in 2018 and the Invisible Woman in 2024. Her flip confrontational humor might even startle the all-business, so handsome as to be untouchable Ram Charan, making for an interesting marital relationship. As we just mentioned, Johnny Storm was previously played by Chris Evans, the actor who's long been the face of Captain America. Johnny Storm is the jock of the group, there to play his flash and his emotions over his intellect.
I gotta get back to the real world.
You're calling that the real world?
Sue, stop. You're not Mom. Don't talk to me like I'm a little boy, okay?
Maybe I would if you stopped acting like one.
One would need an actor who can stand up to Zazie Beetz as the Invisible Woman. The appropriate choice for this one would be the funny and confident Elliot Page. In a just world, of course, Page should be more appropriately cast as Wolverine. He's small, ripped, and Canadian, plus he's played an X-Men character before. But the Human Torch would be just as amazing. Page is pliable and could easily stand up to the outsized charisma of Beetz and the brainy toughness of Ram Charan. Page's knack for flip, jokey dialogue would fit in perfectly, not just with Johnny Storm, but with the MCU in general. Given that Charan is not a jokey actor, he wouldn't be the winking Iron Man-like leader. Beetz, meanwhile, is more of a deliverer of zingers, happy to take people down, but not necessarily the one to take charge of publicity. Page as Johnny Storm could easily carry the public face of the Fantastic Four. One can certainly see the guy at a podium smirking and delivering the team's scripted ad copy for waiting reporters. There's no doubt that the machinery of the MCU would realize the Thing, a giant dude made out of rocks, as a CGI character, created using motion capture. While we might appreciate the makeup job on Michael Chiklis in the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies, it seems that putting an actor in makeup is a fading practice for films of this size.
You're not afraid of me, are you?
And if they go the digital route, a large, muscular actor would not be required. Heck, Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk, is hardly a muscular bruiser.
He did scare the hell out of some pigeons, though.
Lucky.
And the Thing's personality is more important than casting a buff actor. Shy, temperamental, easily annoyed by Johnny, a little embarrassed by his strength, maybe a little weird, and someone who would be the right age to have roomed with Ram Charan. Consider, please, Daniel Radcliffe. Radcliffe is increasingly proving to be one of the more interesting actors of his generation, often selecting oddball projects and acting challenges that prove his willingness to stretch. While Radcliffe may be acting in motion capture, he could certainly carry the presence of a large rock monster. considering how he's already proven that he's able to handle wild physical roles as presented in films like Guns Akimbo and Swiss Army Man.